Hey, welcome inside Zipity's Garage. In today's episode, we're taking a ride out to Corvettes at Carlisle weekend, so stick around. Hey folks, thanks for pushing that play button. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jeff Zipity Doodah, and this YouTube channel is dedicated to the fun and games associated with being an automotive enthusiast. So if that sounds something you like, please help the channel out, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe and that bell notification so you know the next time a video is uploaded. And please let your friends and other car enthusiasts know about the channel. It is really starting to grow, which is a lot of fun. Like I said in that quick introduction, this weekend was Corvettes at Carlisle 2022. It was the 40th anniversary of that event. And also, really cool, it was the largest fun field registration they'd ever had for Corvettes at Carlisle. So they broke a record this past year. I think that C8 Z06 may have had something to do with it. So with that said, I know we live in a TikTok world where everything's about a 10-second video clip. This is not going to be a 10-second video clip. I was out there for all 3 days, got content from all 3 days. So I don't know if this is going to be a 1-part, 2-part, 3-part video. In any event, I am going to bring you all the flavor and sounds from the weekend. Not a lot of breaking news. That's not what my channel's about. If you're looking for breaking news, head over to Corvette Blogger or Corvette Today podcast for a lot of information about what may have been breaking news out of Corvettes at Carlisle. I believe they did talk about the top speed for the Z07, Z06 being around 195 miles per hour, somewhere in that neighborhood. So stuff like that was coming out, and Corvette Blogger is covering a lot of that stuff. But what you're going to see from my video is, you know, some interaction with some of the dignitaries that are there, what you can expect to see, some of the special displays that were out there, from the Pratt & Miller display to the Carlisle display, to the Callaway Owners Group display. A lot of really beautiful Callaway cars. Also the Sioka Callaway Corvette, new limited production of 25 units being made. And then also from the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation, we cover that dinner event as well. So thanks to everybody that came out to Corvettes at Carlisle. Thank you to the Corvettes at Carlisle staff, Jody Morrison, Lance Miller, and all the members of Carlisle Events for putting this event on. Like I said, they bust their hump. And, you know, just to give you an idea of some of the flavor of what was out there, you know, we were out there promoting the National Corvette Caravan, the Atlantic Corvette Caravan, you know, Scrape Armor was there, Reeves Callaway was there. I actually won a Celebrity Choice Award, so I was geeking out about that, had a lot of fun with that. Autograph sessions with all the dignitaries that were out there. So there's a lot to see and do out at Corvettes at Carlisle. So if you're in the area, plan on attending for 2023 or start planning for the 2024 event, because the Atlantic Caravan heads down to Bowling Green, Kentucky, to the National Corvette Museum for the 30th anniversary. We are leaving from the Carlisle area. So if you're going to be at Corvettes at Carlisle, no matter where you call home, consider driving with the Atlantic Caravan in 2024. So with all that said, let's head out to Carlisle. Well, good morning from Corvettes at Carlisle on Saturday morning. Let me tell you, last night, Friday night, at the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation dinner was fabulous. We had over 20 of my local Corvette club members there. Larry Martin was there from, I forget the name of his club, but his club did some amazing bidding, and all in all, we raised over $40,000 last night for amyloidosis in one night. So again, if you're coming out next year, please consider coming to the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation dinner on Friday night. It's a buffet dinner, prime rib, open bar, and you get to hang out with a lot of Corvette dignitaries. We were talking with Ken Lingenfelter, we were talking with Reeves Callaway, not to mention a bunch of the GM engineers that were there. Just a really fun time. So you can see it is now Saturday morning, and I'd mentioned yesterday that I had to go out and choose some cars as far as a celebrity choice goes. And also on the board, as the board member of the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation, we go out and pick, it's subjective, you go out and pick your favorite car in and amongst the reserved parking area, and I did that yesterday. I'll put a picture of one of the cars that I chose. It was a C5 Speedster, Skunk Works, chopped windshield, really cool. And these owners get really geeked out on winning these things, and that includes me. Yesterday, after I was out looking for a car, I come back to my vehicle, and I'm jumping up and down because I had this Celebrity Choice sticker on my car. And what that does is that gets you a Celebrity Choice Award. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over here and show you guys exactly what this looks like. So you get, congratulations, you've been chosen as a Celebrity Choice, and the person that chose my car is Jake Drennan from the C5, C6, C7, and C8 registry. I've never met Jake. I know of the C5 registry and so forth, but I've never met Jake. So hopefully today I can say hello to him and thank him. But what he wrote on the card is 2004 Z06, fantastic looking, well-kept commemorative edition Z06 edition. Congratulations on owning the first carbon fiber hood Z06, which is exactly what I've said in the past. This is the first car to have a painted carbon fiber body panel. And then you get this really cool certificate that can be then framed, and it's signed by Lance Miller, Bill Miller, and Jake as well. And then you get this really cool, and we're going to open it up here. I just opened it up, didn't really look at it the first time. Oh my goodness, so this is from Diane. This is from Diane at Car Artwork. We'll go over and see her a little bit later today, but it's a framed metal artwork. Corvettes at Carlisle 40 2022 Celebrity Choice. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. And it's set up for mounting. There you go. Car Artwork. We'll go over and see her. She's over in the building with the Pratt & Miller cars. So really, really cool. We're getting ready for the day. Like I said, I'll try and capture as much as I can today. My plan is to go over to the NCRS tent and capture some of that, and I'm going to see if I can get some additional footage from Pratt & Miller, and just more fun again. And then we got the parade tonight. Forgot, we've got the Downtown Carlisle Parade, so we'll be sure to capture that as well. So stick around for more fun and games from Carlisle. Okay, so as promised, I am out now at the NCRS tent. It's still early in the morning on Saturday, so hopefully you're going to be able to get in here before too many folks are walking through the tent. But you can see the NCRS, they've got a really cool tent set up that allows for a lot of cross ventilation, but also coverage for their vehicles. And you can see all the different vehicles that are here today. And I don't want to say I'm going to do a disservice, but I know a little bit, enough to be dangerous about these cars. So what's really cool, the way I have them set up, is they are set up in chronological order, and it allows you to look at the different styling cues from the C1s all the way through up to the C7 that's on display here. So here's the 54, and this is done up in the pennant blue, really unique color. And like I said, this body style, you can tell which one has the V8, because the 55 will have the V8 with a capital V in the word Chevrolet there on the front fender. So again, this is a 6-cylinder Corvette. First 2 years were 6 cylinders, but just look at the detail in the wire mesh over the headlights, the bright work on the fenders here. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, they moved from this to this body style, and this is still a C1. Some folks think this is a C1 because of just it is, but because of the body style change, they believe this is a C2, and that's not the case. This is also a C1. It's a 56, so the body style changes a bit. Goes to a single headlight. That's a call out. 56 and 57 had the single headlights. And the color on this is called Arctic Blue versus the Pennant Blue. Now we move over to the 59. 59, I believe, was the most chrome on a Corvette. You know, all the different bright work. You can see the subtle differences from the front grille, how it gets a little bit more pronounced than what was on the 56. And obviously you go to the quad or the 4 headlights on this particular car. And this one is Snow Crest White with a red vinyl interior. It's got the factory hardtop on it as well. Really, really nice representation. And this one also has white side coves, which is somewhat unique, body colored, I should say. Whereas this one has the contrasting colors with the white cove and the blue body. And this is jewel blue with a jewel blue interior as well. So you've got a blue on blue car here, which really, really looks good. But you can see how the chrome work goes down the front fenders. Really, really nice. And again, you get into the different emblems. across the front, you know, and the word Corvette right across the front of the car. Whereas you look back on the 59, it's just got the big emblem up front. Skipping over that 61 again, we're now going to go to the what most folks refer to as one of the most beautiful cars ever designed, and that is the 63 split window. And this is done up in silver blue, and I'm going to go over the chains here just to capture that split window. So there's your split window design. Again, when it was new, a lot of owners didn't like it. They actually sold a kit that you could remove that and replace the window. So 63 split window, just had horrible visibility. Zora Arkus Duntov did not like this design because of the visibility issues, but the designers won out from a styling side of things. And then in 64, it went to a solid window in the rear of the car. Beautiful, beautiful representation of what a split window car looks like. Then you've got a 65. Again, and this is where your C2s start. Let me back up there. 63, you went to an independent rear suspension, and that was primarily what differentiated the C1s to the C2s. These are all a solid axle car, so in other words, the rear of the car is one piece from wheel to wheel, tire to tire in the back. So 63 was the first of that independent rear suspension, as well as fuel injection too. So fuel injection started in the C1. I believe it was 57 where the fuel injection started. So this is a 65, but the beautiful thing about these C2s is now they have the hideaway headlamps. So again, these things do a full rotation to show up as far as the headlights are concerned. So this is a 65 done in rally red. And next to that is a 66. Again, very subtle differences between the two. So you can see this now comes with the Corvette Stingray hood ornament up in the bottom right of it, whereas the 65 did not. Again, very, very subtle differences between these cars. And this is done up in tuxedo black with a red vinyl interior. We're going to spin around to the 67. And this particular one is done up in Greenwood green with the white stinger stripe. 427, white vinyl top, white vinyl interior. Absolutely beautiful representation. And the 67 was the last of the second generation, the last of the C2s. So then we go into the longer hooded body style of the C3, and this is a 72 version. And this particular one, they're also referred to as the chrome bumper cars. And this one's done up in Pyre blue. So you see the chrome bumper on the front, and you can see chrome bumper on the rear of the car. In 73, they went to just a chrome bumper in the rear, and the front was a fiberglass bumper. So that was a little bit of a different styling between 72 to 73. 77, again, long model run for the C3s. It goes all the way up to 1982. So this one's done up in black. Really, really nice looking Goodyear wheels and tires on this. Period correct, and that's all part of what the NCRS judging is for this 1977 example. And real difficult to describe this color. It's black. So again, not any crazy tuxedo black or any of the crazy color descriptors. Good old-fashioned black Corvette. You can't go wrong there. And in the 82, this is the collector's edition. Really, really cool how they have the two-tone, and you can see the ghost kind of the stripe on the cove kind of ghosts and disappears as it goes down the side of the car. And this is referred to as silver beige as far as the color is concerned. And the 82 is the only C3, I should say, with the crossfire injection on the side of the front fender there. So again, unique engine in these 82s, and they also did that again in 84. And for your 1983 Corvette, there's only one or two, I think there's only one left in the world right now, and that's down at the Corvette Museum. So they kind of were late to produce that C4. So 1983 was a model year that was completely skipped and never sold to the public. 1992, dark red metallic on the color of this particular car. Done up nice with the beige soft top and beige interior. Period correct saw blade wheels. And what's neat about the saw blades, they look, kind of look like the saw blades spinning. I've seen folks where they mount these wheels, one has the fins going that way and the other has the fin going this way. So the correct way is to have the fins going kind of backwards so they roll forward when you mount those wheels and tires. C5, this is my model year, or not model year, but model generation. This is a 2002 Speedway white with a black top. It's got the chrome skinnies on it, as well as the body side molding on it, black interior. And again, you can start to see the subtle differences, and we're still with the pop-up headlights. And that's where I think some of the debate comes on, when the C6 was introduced, because that had the exposed headlamps, and it got rid of the pop-ups. So we're skipping over the 6th generation. We're going right to a 7th generation here with a 2014, and this is a lime rock green metallic with the brownstone interior. So this is what's referred to as the Premier Edition. They made 2 different colors for 2014 as far as the Premier Edition. This lime rock green, and I believe the other color was Laguna Blue. And again, it was with the brownstone interior. To help kick off the model year and the new generation, they offered those 2 special editions. Really nice looking representation of it. And then we're going to round it out back here with another 1967. And this is a Marlboro maroon car with black vinyl interior, convertible soft top, and again, those hideaway headlamps again. So really a nice representation, and you look at where the C8 has come to. This talks about the evolution of the car, and the car has to continue to evolve. Whether you like or dislike the C8 Corvette, you really have to admit the engineering that went into that car, and you need to know what the history was before you can get to the current day. So the NCRS is alive and well and keeping all of this historic information up to date and validated for us Corvette owners today. So thank you to the NCRS for being out here at Corvettes in Carlisle. I'm actually getting some work done on the car. So came out, I got the whole front of the car is done up in Expel. And you can see here, found a little mark in the Expel, and it's what John is referring to it from Rose Detailing as a flapper. So he's gonna go ahead and do a little surgery here to get rid of that flap, and we're gonna make this thing look a lot better. It's gonna get rid of the white. So like he said, it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but you're not going to see that white any longer, which is kind of the goal here. And when I did my Expel, I had my commemorative edition stripes removed, and then the Expel put on the paint, and then had the stripes put on top of the Expel. So we're doing a little bit of correction and surgery here to make this thing look right. I'd rather that rock chip hit my Expel than hit my paint. So Expel is doing the job correctly, protecting the paint of my 2004 Corvette. So thank you to John and Rose Detailing and Expel. Like I said, from here, you can't even see it anymore. Thank you, sir.
Hey everybody, really quickly, we wanted to stop and we had a chance to talk to the man himself, Lance Miller, who puts on this fantastic show for all of us who love Corvettes so much, but he also does something really important for the larger community. He has a foundation that helps a lot of people in need. Could you tell us a little bit about that, Lance?
Absolutely, but I'm going to make you say a word that you're not going to be able to pronounce, but that's good. That's how everybody learns. Oh, look at you. You already nailed it. I love it. So yes, Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation. My dad, unfortunately, fortunately, he was my best friend. He's a mentor, all around just phenomenal guy. And when I say that, I don't take it lightly because all of my friends also loved him dearly. So it was just another buddy in a sense. So on that note, he passed away in 2004 from this little known disease called amyloidosis. What is it? It's abnormal protein that builds up on your various organs. protein's great in our bodies. Typically it shaves off. Abnormal ones do not. So on that note, you know, it just builds up to the point that you have a lot of problems. On my dad, unfortunately, it went too far and it took his life. So we took it upon ourselves, my mom and my family, and we decided, let's create the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation and let's raise funds and awareness and spread the word about this vicious disease. So that's what we do here at Carlisle. That's what we do at many of our car shows here at Carlisle. And Corvettes is always the best because the camaraderie behind the car, the people, that's what it's all about.
It's like no other. Agreed.
Yeah, everybody wants to come together and truly help, you know, one another, which is great. So we're very fortunate, and we make a big impact. And you know, we continue to march on and make sure he's looking down, smiling.
It's the best you can do. That's the best you can do.
Absolutely.
For anybody who wants to learn more about the foundation or maybe even donate, what can they do? How do they get a hold of you guys?
We would love that. Yeah. chipmiller.org. So again, chipmiller.org, and you'll learn all about it. You'll even see Corvettes on it that you could possibly win a new Z06 Corvette.
I saw that, and I'm going to be talking to Jeff about buying some tickets here shortly. And Jeff is heavily involved with that as well. He also has a YouTube channel, Zipity's Garage. If you want to see some cool Corvette stuff, lifestyle stuff, and just general fun, his is a really good channel too.
Thank you for saying so. And like I said, last night, you know, it's about having fun. Last night we had a wonderful dinner with 300 people there, you know, and it was we raised thousands of dollars. It was
almost
a record,
40,000.
just about $40,000 last night. So thank you to everybody that came out for that. And if you're thinking about coming to Corvettes at Carlisle, please consider attending the Chip Miller Foundation dinner on Friday night. And the foundation does so much more than just here at Corvettes at Carlisle, like Lance was talking about. We have a surf fest. So if you're into surfing and you're in Ocean City, New Jersey, my goodness, come down to the surf fest because that's an unbelievable event. And then you get some really good food that night too, as we do a taste of Ocean City and all the restaurants. It's just an absolute blast. We rent out the water park on the boardwalk, and the kids love it. So it's more than just the car community, it's the community as a whole, and it's about family. And that's what Chip was. You know, Chip was a mentor to Lance. I was fortunate enough to know him as well. And he's just a great humanitarian, and that's what we're trying to do, is build on his legacy, but also raise awareness from about amyloidosis. Almost tripped.
One of us was fumbled.
And one of the highlights of last night's dinner is we actually had someone that the foundation has helped who is living with amyloidosis now, because now we're raising that awareness, and usually it goes misdiagnosed because it mimics so many other diseases. So if you're able to catch it early, you are able to live with the disease. And we had a person out there last night, and I've got local club members that have been stricken with the disease, but this foundation helps bring that awareness out and gets the word out about it. Thank you.
Outstanding work, you guys. Thank you so much for all you do for the Corvette community, and of course, you know, the community at large who may need your help with this.
Yep.
So thank you for taking your time.
Hey, thanks for
really
spreading the word.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate
Our
it.
pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
Jeff.
Yep, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
See you back at the shop, guys.
Hey guys, Joey here with American Collectors Insurance, and today we are at Corvettes at Carlisle. Corvettes at Carlisle is one of the biggest Corvette shows in the nation, and we're just surrounded by so many Corvettes just like this one. I stopped by, had to see it, had to talk about it with Jeff here. Jeff Duda, you're the owner, aren't you?
That is correct. Original owner of a 2004 commemorative edition C5 Z06, to be exact.
Yeah, that is quite the label. It's
right.
Not just any old C5.
Exactly.
So Jeff, you are the treasurer, right, for the original Garden State Corvette Club?
Correct. My club is in Deptford, New Jersey. We're the original Garden State Corvette Club, and yes, I am been on the board for almost 15 years, but currently I act as the club treasurer as well.
Oh, that's awesome. And then you also do work for the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation, don't
Yes, absolutely. Now, hopefully you can guys get it in frame. We got the big banner up here as well. So yes, I'm a board member of the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation, where, you know, we're trying to raise awareness of this terrible disease, just to try and get information out there, because it mimics so many other diseases, and this usually often goes undiagnosed or misdiagnosed as well.
you? Interesting. So you guys are spreading the word to patients, doctors, the world round, pretty much.
Correct. And content like this with American Collectors will certainly help get the word out on that. And Carlisle Events has, you know, done some of this as well. chipmiller.org is where all the information you can find out about this terrible disease and what our foundation is doing to help raise awareness against that.
That's perfect. That's beautiful. And so let's talk a little bit about your C5 here. Now you have a couple Corvettes, but this one's special.
Absolutely. This was.
What's the story behind this one?
So this is, like I said, it's a 2004 commemorative edition Corvette, and what it commemorates is the back-to-back wins of the Manufacturers Championship in 2003 and 2002 and 2003. Got to get my years right. So in 04 they came out with this, and the C5R, the Corvette racing car, won back-to-back Manufacturers Championships in the IMSA series, which races around the North America, but then also competes at the 24 hours at Le Mans. And actually here this weekend, we've got both of the blue Corvettes that were painted blue, red, white, and blue, and that's what this paint scheme mimics, is those two race cars. And they're both here on display at Corvettes at Carlisle, as well as an additional C5R, C6R, and a C7R. So we got a lot of Corvette race cars here this weekend. Really, really cool. And the cool, neat fact about this car, it's the first car General Motors made with a painted carbon fiber body panel. So the hood on this car is about 10 pounds lighter than every other hood on any other C5. Fiberglass is light to begin with, but carbon fiber takes it to the next level. So this is a carbon fiber painted hood, and now you look at the precursor of what's on the C6, C7, and now the C8 Z06 that's debuting with all the carbon fiber that's on that car. This is what started all the painted carbon fiber for General Motors.
Wow, so this really paved the way. And how did you come about this car?
Well, I live in southern New Jersey, not far from the Jersey Shore, and Kerbeck Corvette, which is now Sioka Corvette. My wife and I took a ride in our 98 convertible, cruised down to Cape May, New Jersey, had a couple frosty beverages, and just enjoyed ourselves on a Friday evening. Let's stop at Kerbeck, say hi to my buddies. Whoa. And next thing you know, we left the 98 convertible there and we drove this home. So,
wow.
And the running joke was the 98 was kind of my wife's car and she can't drive a manual transmission, which the Z06 is a manual. So the running joke is I traded in my wife's car on the Z06.
Oh,
so
what does she have now?
We've got, she's got a beautiful Volvo that she absolutely adores. So, she's in love with her car. And then also in the garage, I did upgrade. My daily driver is now a C7 Corvette. So I have a 2019 Stingray that was bought at Criswell Chevrolet in Gaithersburg, Maryland. So
this is not the daily driver anymore?
Not the daily driver, no sir.
Babied.
Yeah, well, it gets babied, but used. It's got probably 6,000 track miles on it. I do driving instructions for local up at down in Millville, New Jersey at Motorsports Park, up at Pocono, and then up at Watkins Glen. This has been on Virginia International Raceway. This has been on a lot of racetracks in the East Coast. So I love driving it, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was talking with the famous Corvette mechanic.
Paul.
Paul,
yes.
And he was saying that you got to drive these.
Yes.
They're made to be driven. They're not made to sit in a museum. You can, but it's just going to sit there.
I met a gentleman today. He came up, he goes, "Oh, I got the same car." He goes, "I got 3,000 miles on it." I said, "I feel sorry for you. Get out and drive the thing, man. There's so much fun to be driven."
Okay, so how does this compare? Z06, now that you have the C7?
Yep. The C7 is obviously much more refined, and I mean that in a good way. The transmission shifts like butter. There's a lot of electronics to help you there with that manual transmission with hill start assist and rev matching and so forth. This has a much more raw driving experience, and I think that's what really draws me to this. And I've had some modifications done to it. There is a mild camshaft in it with headers and full-on exhaust, so it's got a really, really nice rumble to it as well.
So it probably helps you as a driver then, because it's so raw. You have to be on your best behavior. You have to really know where the limits are and those kind of things. So you become a little bit more one with the car. Whereas the C7, like you said, is refined, and that gives you more confidence. They're two different driving experiences, but both fantastic.
Correct. And I love my manual transmissions, and that's why I wanted the C7 with a manual. But you certainly don't get distracted driving one of these cars because, like I said, it kind of needs your attention when you're driving the car. And anytime you're driving a Corvette or any kind of cool sports car, you always want to be ultra aware of your surroundings and who is, you know, very defensive driving out on the open highways and so forth. But this thing is just so much fun to drive.
I bet. Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff, for letting us take a look at this car that's very special to you. And can you tell people, you have your own YouTube channel, and maybe give a shout out for yourself, tell people where they can find you, follow you, those kind of things?
Thank you very much for that. Yes, so I do have a small YouTube channel. My last name is pronounced Doodah. So as you can see from the shirt, it's Zipity's Garage. So think Zipity Doodah. So Zipity's Garage is my little fun and games. It's more of a lifestyle channel, not really how-to stuff or, you know, wild and crazy stunts. I kind of bring you along to the car show with me if you can't attend, and, you know, get out and enjoy it. And you can see the windshield banner on here as well. I'm also associated with the National Corvette Museum, and in 2024 we're doing a road trip. And no matter where you live in the country, go to CorvetteCaravan.com and search your state or your region, and you can learn out more about this national caravan, where the tagline is all roads lead to Bowling Green, Kentucky, where the Corvette Museum is. And in 2024 they'll be celebrating the 30th anniversary of the National Corvette Museum. So the week leading up to Labor Day of 2024 is the National Caravan, where all Corvettes from across the country will converge in Bowling Green. In 2014 and 2019, I had 3 friends come over from the Netherlands, and they drove their cars. In 2019, the Corvette Club of Hawaii shipped their cars into Southern California by boat and drove their Corvettes across the country. So it's a great, great event. So
that's awesome. Jeff, thank you again so much. Folks, if you like content like this, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Check out Carlisle events, and especially the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation. And we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.
And check out American Collectors Insurance for all your insurance needs, guys. That's where mine is. So hey guys, continuing coverage from out here at Corvettes at Carlisle. Wanted to come over to the Expel booth and show you guys what these guys are doing under the tent here. They are doing installations as we speak. You've got C7s, C8s. You can see exactly what they can do here. Thank you guys. You can see what they're doing here for the C7 as well as the C8s. They're doing it right here on the show field while you wait. And I want to show you a car. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll recognize what this car is. This is the Cunningham C8 Corvette, done by Cunningham Cars, and this is to commemorate the 1960 Cunningham car that won its class out at the 24-hour Le Mans back in 1960. So you can see the Cunningham insignia here, and this car just received PPF protection from the windshield or from the mirrors forward while it was out here at the show field. And this particular car, forget the total number that they were going to make on these things. I think it was 60. Yes, sir, 60. So this is number 3 of 60 produced. So it's a 3LT Z51 car with upgraded brakes, Holland brand wheels to mimic the wheels that were on the 1960 Corvette, and this German engineered spoiler, which adds a ton of downforce on this particular car. And then if you can see, hopefully it comes through on camera, but there is a Lingenfelter intake on this particular car, boosting the horsepower on the Stingray to close to 600 horse. And this car is a friend of mine, so I'm gonna give the door a quick pull, check it inside this car. So it is the white car with the tension blue interior, 3LT, and you can see numbered here on the door sill as well, and Cunningham 60th anniversary Le Mans Corvette. And again, up in the headrest, again, more of the customization as far as the serial number, number 3 of 60. So this is a very, very special car. If you're interested in looking into getting into a super exclusive club, so to speak, connect with CunninghamCars.com. And this particular car is in a private owner's vehicle, but like I said, really, really cool. And you can accent the different colors up front, red, white, or blue. And again, that pays homage to the 1960 Corvette. Go back on my channel about a year ago. I debuted this car against the 1960 Corvette at Amelia Island. So go back and look for my Amelia Island video. And a neat little thing, Briggs Cunningham is who privateered these cars in 1960. And Briggs was the founder of these racing stripes. He's the first one to put stripes on a race car, and this stripe is a little bit different than the GM one, where it pulls off of the width of the cross flags, runs down the entire hood, gets a little bit wider as you go across the roof, and then as it comes back down the deck lid, disappears through the Stingray. So again, a really unique stripe on this car. Again, CunninghamCars.com, where you get more information on it. Again, more of those red accents, carbon fiber rear diffuser, and the Lingenfelter by Corsa exhaust system. This thing rips. It sounds amazing. So thank you to Lance Miller, who is the owner of this car, for allowing me to cover it. And Expel literally did cover the car. The front end is now covered with Expel. So thank you to the guys here at Expel, who are hard at work covering all these beautiful Corvettes. So some continued coverage from Corvettes at Carlisle with Zipity's Garage, and we came across this really special car. And those in the car hobby know who this gentleman is, Mr. Ken Lingenfelter. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent, man. Excellent.
Good.
First off, I want to say thank you on behalf of the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation for coming out last night and this weekend for supporting not only Corvettes at Carlisle, the hobby in general, but obviously the foundation as well.
What a great event last night.
Yeah,
too.
it certainly was.
Gosh.
My gosh, it was a record-breaking as far as the fundraising that we did, and they also broke a record here today. I don't know if you heard,
I did.
but the show field here at Corvettes at Carlisle was the largest they've ever had. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, so the hobby's alive and well.
So happy for all you guys connected. I'll tell you, I was talking to Lance earlier, and this has just been a great weekend all the way around.
Yes, and actually, you're talking about breathing new life into things. That you've breathed a little extra power into your personal C8 that I see here.
Yeah, this is actually my daily driver.
Wonderful daily driver.
So General Motors has turned out an incredible product here. I mean, the C8 is absolutely amazing, and I'm enchanted with this car. I really am. We've got 29,000 miles on it, and we'll just keep going and going and going.
And keep, it wasn't trailered here. You drove it
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely.
So what do you got on under the rear frunk here, or the rear hood? What are we calling this thing on? Got to get all the nomenclature down
as
correctly.
You probably know, the engine management system is pretty closed up on this. I mean, there's no way anybody can get into it, and if anybody says they had, they're not telling you the truth.
Right.
So we had to find a way to engineer a system that would provide some more power. So this is an intake, throttle body, headers, and exhaust. We pick up additional 80 horsepower, 70, 80 horsepower with this combination. And it doesn't affect the engine management system at all. Doesn't even know it's there.
Doesn't even know it exists.
Exactly. So car itself, the noise it makes from the headers and exhaust is thrilling.
Yeah.
And the performance has been great. There's no codes, nothing to worry about there. So it's been a great upgrade.
Excellent. And it's running through Corsa exhaust as well?
We jointly developed this system with Corsa. They've always been my favorite. They're very focused, as you know, on drone. They don't want extra banging noise.
They're focused on the reduction of drone.
Exactly.
Right.
But
and I understand, I just covered this on the C8 Cunningham car that you guys are developing as well. So thank you for supporting that as well.
That's okay. We got an opportunity to build those cars for Cunningham Automotive. They're selling well.
Yep.
They represent a really good part of history with Corvette. And so we're
I see the gentleman from Cunningham Automotive right over there off camera. So he's here as well. Antonio's here. So, and tell me, you got something coming out on for the C8 here in the near future?
We've supercharged the car also. The supercharger installed makes about 705 horsepower. The interesting part about it is that we keep the boost low, but it performs incredibly. In fact, I drove the car almost all last weekend, and it's amazing. The noise, for the noise guys, I'll tell you, you already got the improved exhaust, but then when you add the whine to the supercharger while it's upshifting and downshifting, it's pretty exciting.
Well, I'll go out on a limb. If you need some test miles put on one, don't hesitate to give me a call. I'll fly out from to Detroit and drive it back to New Jersey, and whatever miles we put on it, we'll call it test miles. So.
That sounds good. I've had a few offers like that.
I'm sure you have.
So,
But again, on behalf of everybody out here, I just want to say thank you. So if anybody wants more information on this package and the pending packages, how do they get in touch with you guys?
Just go to Lingenfelter.com. All the information will be out there. It'll give you all the specs and what to expect and pricing, and everything should be out there very, very shortly.
Excellent. I'll make sure I put all that information here, how to contact you in the video. So again, thank you for taking time to get on camera with me here today, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Okay, all the best. Thank you.
So, Corvettes at Carlisle, it is now Saturday night around 6 o'clock. We are not done. We are staging for the parade. There's Vince. How are you, sir?
Good, sir.
Good to see
awesome.
you.
Good to see you.
Aiden, good to see you, sir. They're getting ready for the parade. So, you can see the staging area. We're kind of outside where the Carlisle Diner is. That's over there in the background. And we've got the Chips Circle cars lined up right in front of the diner. And then you've got a bunch of other dignitaries, whether they were Celebrity Choice, and just trying to think what other car groups we have set up. But there's lots of Corvettes set up over here. Last year, if you remember, it was the Grand Sports weekend for their anniversary, and we had 2-3 rows of Grand Sports set up here. So you can see we've got all kinds of Corvettes staged up here. I believe they capped this at 450 Corvettes. So this is what's going to be cruising downtown through Carlisle here in the next couple of minutes. And I'll be sure to cover it as we get into the downtown area. But let's take a quick walk by, see some of the Corvettes here. You've got a skunk right up front. Gotta love the Grand Sports. So, got a nice smile out of him when he's heard the word skunk. And look where these guys are from. I'm going to look at that T-shirt right there. No, I get the good side of them, you see. I get, you know. How are you, sir? All the way from Nova Scotia. It's got the C5, the C4, ready to rock and roll through the downtown parade. We're going to have fun tonight. I've seen that car chase me around a racetrack more than once. I couldn't keep up with it. So on the 14 Caravan, these guys were on the racetrack with me. We had a lot of fun on the track. Look, you know, mid-years, you've got C6s, C7s, all generations represented here as far as what's coming through the downtown parade here. What's up, gentlemen? Good, guys. How you doing? I'm doing great, man. Gonna have fun tonight in Carlisle. Love the Black Rose. Gorgeous. Collector's edition. Lots of cool cars out here tonight. Red Mist. There's a 78 pace car over there. Really, really cool stuff as they're all lined up. There you go. Chrome bumper C3 convertible. So lots to see. Tons and tons of Corvettes. And they're going to be out on the road driving through downtown Carlisle. Okay, so we are in the car. You can hear the noises coming. We are in the parade. It has just started. I'm going to spin the camera around, see if we can capture some of the goings on. That's Bev, friend of mine next to me in her rapid blue convertible, and she's cruising with one of the dignitaries of the parade. That's Kathy. She's celebrating her 50th wedding anniversary. Her husband is the fire police chief here in Carlisle, so she gets to cruise through the downtown parade in a beautiful C8 convertible. Up front, we've got the Cunningham C8 right there, the white one. In front of him is Bill Miller in his 50s something or other, and Lance Miller and Ella Miller in the Resto Mod up front, and we got a local police officer here in the red C6 in front of me. So I'm gonna flip the camera around a little bit. Say hi, Kathy. Say hi, Beverly. Woohoo! So we're having fun tonight, but you can see the camera behind me. That's Amy behind me from Chip Circle. Just a lot of fun, and I'll continue to make sure we capture some of this, but you can see all the local folks from Carlisle. They come out in force. This turns into a massive street party, and just a really good time overall. So looking forward to tonight, and I'll be sure to bring you along for the ride. So we haven't even made it downtown yet, but you can see, you know, we're driving through some of the residential areas. They've got bars set up. They've got lays. They're handing out lays to people in the cars. This is really cool. Everybody's having a good time. Oh my goodness. And you know, Bill lives, you know, in Carlisle and so forth, but you know, he's taking his time, waving to everybody, and he's kind of like the mayor of the town here tonight, which is really cool. You know, just having a great time with all the townsfolk. And the Cunningham C8 with that Lingenfelter intake and that Corsa exhaust is probably the loudest car at the parade. Oh my goodness, we're having a ball so far. We haven't even made it downtown yet, guys. This is a lot of fun. Okay, we've finally made it downtown. I got my Mickey hand on, so I'm waving to everybody as we're cruising by. Look at all the folks outside, you know, just waving, just having a good old time. And like I said, it's getting louder now as everybody's out here having fun. My left foot, my left ankle is killing me. Thanks, guys, for being out here. High five. High three. Manual I don't even know that I can get a word in edgewise. Manual transmission, cam car, hard top. It's not a parade friendly car, but hey, we're having fun. We got the drone up in the air. This is pretty cool. Carlisle Events Media out here covering it too.
Definitely hearing it now.
This is a lot of fun, guys. If you've never done this parade before, I highly recommend it. It is so cool. And bring lots of candy to throw. The kids are lined up. They want candy. Another little cool thing, bring dog treats. Throw dog treats for all the dogs that come out, for all the dog lovers. This is really cool. Is it? There's Corvette Blogger. It's Keith Cornett, all right. He's out here having fun. So check out Corvette Blogger. He's gonna have a recap of this. This is pretty cool. Like I said, Corvette Carlisle Media is out here as well covering it. Pretty cool. Awesome, man. Thanks. Listen, everybody's having a ball. There's live music as we get up further up in the street here. Like I said, local police officers in front of me. People are coming up saying hi to him, having a good old time. And our local police force is out here tonight keeping us all safe. Thank you to those folks, the men and women in blue. I don't know if my microphone's going to do it justice, but that Cunningham car is loud in a very good way. Thanks for being out here tonight. High four. Give me a high four. Come on, high four. There you go. Ready to go. C6Z06 in front of me, revving up. My transmission is probably screaming right now. My left leg is killing me, but I'm having a ball. Hey, the restaurant here. The restaurant here at the Comfort Inn and Suites, they make dinner reservations a while in advance. Say hi, Kathy.
I knew I had to know you.
Give me a high four. Give me a high four. There we go. we're out at the Carlisle Parade. We got parked. We actually came down a one block further because there's 460 cars here is where they cut it off at. And like I said, people say, oh, don't do the parade because you can't leave early. We've been here 20 minutes and this gentleman's leaving. See, plenty of room to get out as you head out. Yep.
Get a restaurant reservation while you can.
Right, exactly. Right. Enjoy your night, guys.
See you next year.
Yep, see you next year. So, but you know, I was chatting with Chet from Aerolari Wheels. Here's his personal car. If you've got a C8 or a C7, you got to check out these wheels. They are just unbelievable. His display up at the fairgrounds this weekend was unmatched. And like I said, they're just really, really high quality wheels. Look at that. That looks like the 70th anniversary wheel that's out there now for the C8 Z06. And then this car here, Corvette Under Glass. Really, really cool. So the ChevyUnderglass.com is where he's at. And check out these wheels. They aren't subtle, boy, let me tell you. And you come over here and say, wait a minute. They're different. So my man's got two different style wheels on Aerolari wheels on this beautiful, beautiful Zeus Bronze Corvette. Really, really cool. Now go look on the other side. Look at the wheels. Now go look at the other side. Yep. So very cool. So like I said, this turns into a street party. And get us. Look at this. So street party. You can't have a street party without some crazy lights, right? So look at this thing. Really, really cool. So the lights behind the wheel. This thing is over the top. Excuse me, over the top. And yeah, it looks good and sounds even better. And they brought us down a block further than what they did last year. So now I'm walking uphill through downtown Carlisle. Just gotta remember where the heck I'm parked. Come back and find my car later tonight. But hopefully that content was good for you, coming through the town, waving to the folks out on the sidewalks. Like I said, they were probably 5-6 people deep as spectators. And for me, that's the fun part about this. Giggling, everybody loves a parade, as they say. And this is a great excuse to have one. It's a great way to put a cherry on top of a really, really great weekend out here at Corvettes at Carlisle. So if you weren't able to make it this year, hopefully this video will kind of bring you to the show, bring you to the weekend, and hopefully you can make it out here next year. And like I mentioned earlier in I think one of the Instagram posts, they broke a fun field record this time around. I think they started the day needing about 20 cars to register for the fun field on Saturday. And they absolutely did that, crushed it out of the park. So a new record for the fun field. Here we go. We saw this yesterday, the Callaway Aero Wagon. You can see this was converted into the shooting brake style. Almost looks like a wagon, so to speak. But really, really cool as far as the design cues on what a lot of the owners do for their cars. Really neat stuff. Another Callaway in the Sebring Orange. And I'm coming back up towards the Comfort Suites. I can hear the music playing. I said, there's folks outside, it's a street party. What can I tell you, guys? Everybody's out having fun. Another Zeus with those wheels on it. Like I said, those bronze wheels. Look at this car. You don't see this color too often. I'm not even gonna try and remember a turquoise something or other, but it's a ZR1, guys. Beautiful color. You just don't see this color car out too often. Really, really nice car. Parked next to an 03 Millennium Yellow. And then you got a mid-year right next to it. Comfort Inn and Suites is the place to be. They've got an outside restaurant, so talk about making great reservations, grabbing something to eat and drink, and enjoying yourself out in the pate. I'm gonna keep cruising. My Corvette Club's here somewhere. We probably have, I don't know, a dozen cars in the parade. They're probably back in the fairgrounds right now. I don't know where they're at. But like I said, if you know the fairgrounds, where gate 1 is, which goes all the way across the back of the fairgrounds to gate 7, that's the length of where they have cars lined up. So we're gonna go up and try and talk through some of the music so we don't get nailed for copyright, but we're gonna have some fun and listen to the band for a minute or two. So God knows what the audio is gonna do here. I may actually cut it out, but there you go.
I was born in the plane.
Like I said, everybody's out having fun tonight. Really cool. Just walking through the streets, and you know, not just the main drag here. We're on High Street. We're crossing over High Street. So Corvettes go down that way, turn around, Corvettes go down that way. So like I said, guys, massive undertaking here by the town of Carlisle. Just such a neat event. Got our men and women in blue here taking care of us tonight. Thank you, guys. They're out here doing their job to keep us safe. Carlisle events out here as well. Just such a neat night. Yeah, cool. Look at this. You know, letting folks sit in the car, get pictures. That's so cool. Owners taking care of the kids out here. Obviously doing it with permission from the owners, but it gets that next generation into the car, which is exactly what we want. Looks like they're selling some goodies over here on the side of the street. Such a cool thing. And like I said, you know, these, you know, early year cars, that's where the crowd's gathered around, because you don't see the C1s too often out in the wild like this. So anytime one of these cars show up, you got a lot of folks out to check it out. Really neat. Another crowd of people down here. I have a buddy that lives out here. I gotta call him, see if he's down here, because he usually calls me every weekend, every Carlisle weekend. Are you here? Where are you? You know, and it's just a sea of humanity. But everybody's in a fun, festive attitude, which is great. Hello, how are you guys? Having fun tonight? Just great weekend, right?
Are we going to be on your YouTube?
You are, absolutely. Say hi to YouTube. All right, excellent. See, that's like I said, just fun. Blows me away that, you know, all the folks this past weekend that came up and said hello. Just having a great time tonight. How are you, sir? Good to see you, man. How are you? Excellent, thank you. Absolutely, got to get around and have fun. It just blows me away, the folks that just pop up and say hello out of the blue. And thank you for watching. My gosh, like I said, I'm not worried about, you know, the algorithms or the length of the videos or the length of the view time. I just want to bring you along and have some fun, and that's kind of exactly what we're doing here tonight, just having some fun. Check out this custom C5 on the paint job on this thing. Didn't see this at the fairgrounds, but really cool. Red and silver wheel on it. Look at it. He's taking the picture. He wants this car when he grows up, I'm gonna tell you. Really cool with the exposed headlights. Really nice. It's got the custom sports seat in it. Really cool, and it's a fixed roof coupe, so I'm gonna say this is probably a 99 fixed roof coupe, no Z06 badge, Greenwood package on it. Pretty cool car. Hey, guess what? We're still out at Corvettes at Carlisle. We are at the Downtown Parade. You can see there's still cars out here. It is dark. There's live music over here. There's live music about another block down here. But my Corvette Club is out here in force. How are you guys? Original Garden State Corvette Club. We're out here having a fun time tonight.
He won a trophy.
I did. I was thrilled to get a celebrity's choice. These guys, what'd you guys think of the dinner last night?
Oh, it was awesome.
Banquet's the
So much
bomb.
fun.
Banquet's the bomb.
Excellent, excellent. So if you're coming out, make sure you sign up for the Chip Miller dinner on Friday night. So drive careful, guys. I'm going to go down and say hello to the rest of the crew. So yeah, like I said, we're still out here having a fun time. Like I said, we've kind of taken over the street here. Hi, guys. Say, how's your dinner? they're all munching and chumming. So we got some takeout, and everybody seems to be enjoying themselves tonight.
Cindy's got a mouth.
What? Yes, Cindy's chewing, right?
We're doing good.
How was the dinner last night?
Great.
Guys, how was the weekend, guys? Excellent. And the news broke earlier today that this was the largest Corvette at Carlisle they've had. So we broke the record for the fun field this weekend. So thank you to all the members of Original Garden State Corvette Club that came out, and thank you to everybody that came out, and thanks for all the subscribers who would stop me and say hello. This was an absolute wonderful weekend, and I'm a little bit hoarse and tired, but thanks for watching this episode of Zipity's Garage. We'll see you next time. More fun and games to come. Take care.